A man has been secretly watching you from the park every morning, and one of the 3 women with him knows your sister's darkest truth. Open this before midnight. Archangel Michael says, the shadows beneath the trees in the park are not what they seem. Every morning, as you go about your routine, someone has been watching you, carefully, quietly, calculating every move. What you thought was just a man taking a walk is a man sent with a purpose, and that purpose is tied to your bloodline. His presence is no coincidence. There are 3 women who sometimes appear with him, each of them carrying a secret, but one of them knows something about your sister that could destroy everything. That woman isn't a stranger to your family's name, and what she holds is heavier than you can imagine. She walks behind the man sometimes, pretending to stretch, pretending to laugh, but her eyes never leave you. She's been waiting for a signal, and you've unknowingly given her just what she needs. Today, on this exact date, something has been activated. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This story began years ago, before you were even aware of the web that was being spun behind your back. The man in the park isn't just watching you, he's watching how you react, how you breathe, how unaware you are of what's about to collapse. And now, as night approaches, this message reaches you not a second too early. There are people you pass by each day who pretend they don't know your face. Yet inside their pockets are photos of you, captured from angles you never thought you could be seen from. One of those photos recently arrived in the hands of a person you once trusted. Your sister. Her name is not safe anymore. Her connection to that woman in the park is older than you realize. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The woman once walked the same halls your sister walked. In fact, she sat beside her on one of the darkest days of her life and witnessed something she promised never to speak of. But promises made in the dark unravel when the light shifts just a little. Now the man has been assigned to observe your reactions for a reason. He is measuring your innocence against your sister's guilt. You weren't supposed to find out like this, but the woman grew impatient. She wants you to know. She has been holding on to a key, one that your sister dropped years ago. That key unlocks more than a physical door. It opens a chamber of silence your family. Buried deep. Type Amen to get blessing 555 today. You must be extremely careful. What's coming tonight will shake the foundation of what you believed was safe. If you ignore this, the woman may go public. But if you act before midnight, something can be reversed. There is a document she has threatened to leak. It names your sister in connection with something your family kept hidden, a file, a transfer, a betrayal. That betrayal had consequences. One man went missing because of it. That man? The same one now standing in the park each morning. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He isn't just a stranger. He's someone who once loved your family and was hurt by them. He vanished not because he chose to, but because your sister made a choice that shattered his life. And now, he's watching you, waiting for you to do what your sister didn't have the courage to do, admit the truth. Or at least, acknowledge the storm that's about to hit your doorstep. One of the women with him is not just a threat, she's family. Not by blood, but by a connection that predates your birth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There's a letter hidden under a park bench, left at dawn. It was written by the man years ago, but he recently retrieved it. He has been rewriting his words, updating them with what he sees in you. He never wanted this to end in exposure. But your sister has refused to speak. She's refused to own up to the transaction that happened under your nose. That transaction didn't just cost a man his peace, it cost a young girl her future. And the woman watching you knows the details. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Your sister may not have told you everything about her past. There was an apartment she visited late at night. Inside that apartment lived a man she once feared, and trusted at the same time. That man had a safe. Inside it, photographs, legal pages, and confessions handwritten. When he vanished, so did the safe. Now parts of it are being delivered, slowly, by the woman in the park. She's using you to send a message. Either your sister speaks, or she will. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The park is sacred and cursed. It's where everything started and where everything may end. You may have noticed the same crow watching from the lamp post. Yes, it's real. It's being used as a marker. Every time the bird appears, a signal is sent to the woman. That signal means, she's here, watch her carefully. There's no more time for doubt. A second letter is being prepared tonight, and it names you directly. Type Amen to get blessing 666. You were never supposed to be involved, but your closeness to your sister makes you a target. That woman believes silence equals guilt, and unless she is stopped, she will take this beyond what any of you can control. What she wants is not just truth. She wants justice. And she wants your family to admit what happened in the basement of that old house. A house your family moved from suddenly. A house where screams were once heard, but never spoken of again. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The woman has evidence that your sister wasn't alone that night. She says she heard your name whispered. Whether you were there or not, you've been implicated. Now the man is circling closer, his routes tightening, his questions sharper. He may speak to you soon. He won't come as a threat. He'll ask for directions, or drop something near you, or mention your sister's name. That will be your sign. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Inside the woman's purse is a small black device. It contains recordings. One of those recordings includes a voice crying and another voice trying to silence it. That second voice matches your sister's. There is no denying it. The woman has played that tape for 2 people already. One of them cried. The third person will be you. Unless your sister confesses before midnight, that tape will be sent to your workplace. Type Amen to get blessing 123. This isn't about revenge. It's about a life that was stolen, a secret that was buried, and a truth that deserves light. The man watching you knows this. He isn't your enemy, but he has no reason to protect you either. Not after what your family did. You must choose now. Will you confront your sister before the final document is dropped? Type Amen to get blessing 313. She's already received 3 silent warnings. Each came in an envelope with no return address. She burned the first one, hid the second, and ignored the third. Now the woman has decided that enough is enough. She's ready to speak, even if it costs her everything. The 3 women have a plan. You're the center of it now, whether you like it or not. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Your sister still has time, but only until the final morning sun rises. Once that happens, the package will leave the park. It will be sent to a newspaper. Then everything will be exposed. The scandal will spread like wildfire. Your family name will be twisted. And only one thing can stop it: your voice. Type Amen to get blessing 141. Speak to your sister tonight. Ask her if she's ever met a woman named Lena. If she flinches, you'll know. Lena is not a threat unless ignored. She waited patiently for 3 years. She was once a close friend, until something happened. Something that caused her to bleed and promise never to forget. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You will feel a shift in your room at midnight. A breeze, a faint knock, or a flicker of light. It is Lena's way of reminding you that she's near. The man won't approach until the morning. But by then, it may be too late. This message is your only warning. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the night has begun to stir, and so has the energy surrounding your family. What lies beyond midnight isn't just exposure. It's a release of everything that's been locked away in silence. Your sister has been walking with a weight on her shoulders, pretending it's over, but this night is when the past fights back. The man in the park has received confirmation. He will speak tomorrow. He was given instructions not to make contact until he saw a specific sign from you. That sign, unknowingly, was something you wore last week. Your bracelet. The one your sister gave you years ago. It carries more than just beauty. It carries guilt woven into its beads. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The moment you wore that bracelet again, Lena knew you were unaware of its significance. That's when she made her choice to proceed with the final step. The man was notified immediately. There's a shadow in your hallway that has appeared twice now. It isn't a trick of the light. It's a presence. Lena has opened a spiritual door and given you one last opportunity to stop the damage. Type Amen to get blessing 818 tonight. Someone may call you. The number will be unknown. Answer it. Even if no one speaks, just listen. The sound you'll hear is not static. It's a voice covered by interference. That voice may be your own, crying from a moment in time that you forgot existed. Type Amen to get blessing 626. You see, your sister isn't the only one with suppressed memories. There's something about that summer long ago. You were there too. You blocked it out. But Lena never did. She wrote it in a journal that she keeps under her bed. That journal has been duplicated, and the duplicate is no longer in her possession. It's in the hands of someone who has the power to press publish. Type Amen to get blessing 141. The man in the park is not only a witness. He's part of what happened. He was younger then, afraid and unsure, but now he has returned stronger, more determined. He has forgiven your family once, but this time, he's been advised not to. He's not here for vengeance, but for reckoning. He believes you can be the bridge between truth and peace. Type Amen to get blessing 737. You have to move quietly. Do not alert your sister yet, not until you read what she's been hiding in the top drawer of her cabinet. There's a folder marked only with the letter D. Inside, you'll find newspaper clippings, a hospital wristband, and a black and white photo. That photo has been altered, but the original exists, and Lena has it. She plans to show it at a family gathering if nothing is done. Type Amen to get blessing 808. The three women you see with the man are not strangers. Each one has lived close to your family's legacy in different ways. One of them worked at the same hospital your sister visited. Another was once engaged to a man your sister betrayed. And the third, she was a child victim of something related to your father's old business, though you were too young to understand at the time. They have all gathered not for war, but for release. But if denied, they will strike. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Your house is under spiritual surveillance now. A cold spot has formed near the front door. Have you felt it? That's not coincidence. That's energy being drawn toward the area where the man intends to stand soon. He will arrive at 6:33 a.m. He won't knock. He'll place a sealed envelope under the welcome mat and walk away. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Inside that envelope will be a statement, a summary of everything your sister confessed, before she stopped cooperating. And your name will be mentioned as a possible accomplice unless you act now. The woman named Lena has already secured a backup plan. A USB drive has been mailed to a local media contact. But you still have time to stop this. A phone call, a meeting, or a truth told from your lips can dismantle this entire storm. Type Amen to get blessing 144. Your sister may beg you not to intervene. She may say it's under control. But she's lying, not out of malice, but out of fear. Fear of losing everything. Fear of destroying what's left. But you must not let fear keep you in silence. You are not the one who committed the wrong, but your silence makes you a wall behind which the truth hides. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Archangel Michael says the chains that bound your sister's spirit are now rattling louder. You may feel them in your chest, as sudden weight or nervousness. That's spiritual tension rising. The park is a meeting place, but not just for people. It's where spirits gather to bear witness to earthly justice. Tonight, they'll be present, especially at the bench under the tree with roots breaking through the concrete. That bench has heard things no court ever has. Type Amen to get blessing 252. If you go there before midnight, sit for 3 minutes and close your eyes. You'll feel a sensation run down your spine. That's your cue to open your eyes and look toward the northern pathway. You may see a figure standing at a distance. That figure is Lena. She won't speak to you yet, but she'll acknowledge your courage. Type Amen to get blessing 777. In her bag will be the truth. A truth that doesn't just touch your sister, but someone you once loved. A person you lost trust in, who vanished, only to be named in the files she carries. You'll see their handwriting. You'll hear their recorded voice speaking your sister's name, and yours. But if you speak first, those files may never see the daylight. You can halt the avalanche before it buries everything. Type Amen to get blessing 383. She is not heartless. Lena only turned to exposure after being ignored, dismissed, and blamed. She gave time, letters, mercy, but your sister denied every plea. Now she's giving you a window. That window closes at midnight. After that, the man makes his move, and once he does, no one can stop what follows. Type Amen to get blessing 999 tonight. you'll have dreams. But they will feel too vivid to be dreams. They are messages. Watch for a door that won't open in the dream. Watch for a mirror that cracks without sound. Those are signs. What lies behind them are pieces of your memory that will surface soon. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The man has no hatred in his eyes, only sadness. He remembers the kindness he once received from your family, but also the betrayal. If you speak with him at the park before sunrise, you may be able to stop the news release. But you'll need proof, either a confession from your sister, or something in that folder marked D. Type Amen to get blessing 118. The woman in red, one of the three, has access to the court case that was buried. It was marked confidential, but she has a leaked version. She once served in law enforcement but left after this case broke her spirit. Now she's back, to ensure justice happens. Her loyalty is to truth, not revenge. You need her on your side before the others act. Type Amen to get blessing 828. You may be wondering how this could all link to you. But remember the night you came home and your sister looked shaken? She had just received a call from Lena. It wasn't about threats. It was a final invitation to tell the truth and free herself. She declined. And now it falls on you to do what she couldn't. Type Amen to get blessing 404. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, this final stretch of time before midnight is more critical than you realize. The energies surrounding you have changed. What felt like coincidence before is now aligned purpose, each minute pulling you closer to a truth that must surface. The folder labeled E is not just a file. It's an evidence vault. It contains the name of someone your sister begged to be erased from your family's history. That name is about to become public unless you intervene. The woman in red has already prepared a statement for authorities. Type Amen to get blessing 616. There was once a day in your childhood when your sister was gone longer than she should have been. She came home pale, hands trembling. That day is where all of this began. She wasn't just out with friends. She was at a hospital signing something she didn't fully understand. And that signature led to a chain of pain. The woman in red has the carbon copy of that document. You'll see your sister's handwriting. But she wasn't alone that day. Type Amen to get blessing 121. There was a second signature on that paper, belonging to a man who now lives in hiding. That man is the one in the park. He's grown older, but his memory of that moment remains sharp. He trusted your sister then, and he paid for it dearly. Now he watches you, hoping you will break the cycle she's afraid to. Your name is on a different part of the document, not as a participant, but as someone whose identity was used as a decoy. You were unknowingly part of the cover-up. Type Amen to get blessing 454. It was a strategic move to protect your sister's name from detection. But now, the lie has circled back to you. Lena has been waiting for a sign that you are awake to all this. The moment you stand in front of the man in the park and say the word, return, he will know you're ready. That word was used in their last conversation before everything went wrong. Return means you're no longer asleep to the pain. Type Amen to get blessing 565 tonight. If you step outside and feel a sudden wind though the air is still, that's your signal. The message has traveled. The man will begin to walk, slowly, silently, towards your street at exactly 12:01 a.m. He won't knock. He will place something small wrapped in black cloth at your door. Inside, a flash drive and a folded photograph. Type Amen to get blessing 323. The photo is of your sister, but not the version you remember. It's from the day everything spiraled. The woman next to her, face blurred in most digital copies, is Lena. She has the original, unedited. It proves your sister was present. It also shows someone else nearby, possibly your father. But what's clearer than all of that is the expression on your sister's face. She knew what she was doing. Type Amen to get blessing 272. She has since claimed she was coerced. But Lena's tapes suggest otherwise. On them, your sister laughs, whispers, and mentions a deal. That deal involved a trade, information for silence. But the person betrayed was innocent, and now they've lost everything. Lena cannot forget. She carries pain in her blood now, and you're the only one she still believes in. Type Amen to get blessing 999. In a recent message Lena left on a voicemail, she said your name softly. Then she said, "You can end this. Just speak." That voicemail was intercepted by your sister. She deleted it before you could hear it. But Lena has backups. She's waiting, still hopeful that you will rise before the hammer of exposure falls. Type Amen to get blessing 676. There is another detail. The third woman. She has been mostly silent during the mornings in the park. She wears sunglasses and always carries a silver chain. That chain was once your sister's. It was sold in a pawn shop 4 years ago, and somehow, it found its way to the one person who once loved your sister and was destroyed by her decision. Now she wears it not out of nostalgia, but as a reminder of betrayal. And she is the one who is urging Lena to move forward, even if it means burning the truth into the sky. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You have less than 2 hours. Midnight is not just a deadline. It's a spiritual tipping point. The spirits of those who were hurt are restless. The man has been lighting a candle at the park each night, silently mourning. But tonight, the candle is not for mourning, it's for judgment. Unless your family acts now, the pain will be transferred to the public. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The media file on the flash drive will shock you. Not because of what it says, but because of how much it shows. Audio from a hallway. Echoes of words like, cover it, erase, she can't talk, and worst of all, your name followed by silence. Your sister thought the tapes were destroyed. She was wrong. Lena never trusted her. Type Amen to get blessing 414. You have 2 options now. Speak before the sun rises, or be listed among those who betrayed the silence. The man has seen enough. If you confront him at dawn, he will give you time. If not, he'll proceed with the media drop scheduled for 8:33 a.m. Once it's out, there's no pulling it back. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Your phone may glitch tonight. Random shutdowns, flashes, interference. That's not a device issue, it's spiritual interference. The spirits of those tied to this moment are trying to communicate. Their time is close. The knock you may hear at 2:02 a.m. isn't physical. It's energy warning you. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Archangel Michael says, "You have been chosen to stand where others have fallen. The weight you feel is real, but so is your strength. If you open the folder, if you read the names, if you dare to ask your sister what happened that day, light will enter the cracks. Do not fear confrontation. Fear silence." Type Amen to get blessing 505. This is not the end of you. This is the moment where you become more than a bystander. You become the breaker of generational silence. Lena is not your enemy. The man in the park is not your enemy. They are simply tired of waiting for the truth. They're offering you one final choice. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Midnight is your deadline. But it is also your new beginning, if you choose it. The pain ends when the truth breathes. Go now. Find the folder. Look your sister in the eye and say her name like a shield, not a sword. Say it as someone who loves enough to correct. That is the only way peace will return to your house. Type Amen to get blessing 303 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.